All right, so today we're really going to delve into Unit 3. If you did Friday's activity, which most of you did, and most of you did really well on, you're going to have a really good head start on this, and this should go pretty good for you today. All right, so we're going to start with some vocabulary that's contrary to what you did, or not familiar to what you did on Friday. So we want to talk about all segments that are parallel to AC. So when we talk about parallel, hopefully we know what that word means. That one should be a little familiar with you. And that means it's going to keep going straight in the same direction and never touch. So we've got lines like that and that, which are going to be parallel because they're never going to touch. Just a quick note, these are not parallel because eventually, if you continue them, they will intersect at some point. So, and we note them usually with the arrow symbol, which you can kind of see right there or right here. So if we want to show segments that are parallel AC, well, AC is right here, so there's actually going to be three that are going to be parallel to AC. So we've got our first one, which is EG. Remember, if you call that GE, segment GE, that's the same thing. Make sure you put the segment bar over it, though. We got BD. And FH. All right, so I'm going to skip actually down to C, all segments that are perpendicular to DH. So remember, perpendicular means it comes to a right angle. So we've got something that's going to look like that. So if we're looking at DH, which is this back one right here, what is going to be perpendicular to that? Go ahead, take a couple seconds, see if you can find them all. Pause the video. All right, so perpendicular to DH, we have BD. We have FH, segment FH. We also have segment CD and segment GH, so 4 of them there. All right, and now let's just jump back up to skew. Skew is probably a word that you haven't heard before. And this is going to be two lines or two segments that cannot exist on the same plane. So it's a little hard to think about this in two-dimensional, but if you say, oh, we've got one line going this way, we've got another line, coming out of the iPad like that, those are never going to touch. Once again, if you think about it three-dimensionally, those would never touch. So let's take a look at CG. So what segments are never going to intersect with that at all? Because they're on two different planes and will never intersect. And so the first one we're going to find is going to be EF, right? If you extend those out forever, those will never, ever touch. They're not parallel, they're not perpendicular, they're just nothing. So EF is going to be skew. Also AB will be skew, segment AB. And then we also have segment BD and segment FH. Because these two will never intersect because these lines are behind our CG that we have right here. So these are behind them, they're never going to intersect. So those are going to be skew. And then the last question here, part D, says give a pair of parallel planes. So for here you could say plane, remember you only need 3 points to name a plane, non-collinear. So we can say ABD. And actually let me use parallel notation. We just use the parallel bars. So plane ABD is parallel to plane, and once again, it doesn't matter the 3 letters you choose. I'll do HEG. As long as you pick 3 of those 4 points, order also does not matter. All right, so for a little bit of practice on this, go ahead and in Schoology, there's this IXL link. You can click on that and get some practice on parallel, perpendicular, and skew. It's kind of this one thing that's in 3.1 that we're kind of going to move on in topic, but it's important that you know that it will be on the test and everything. So go ahead and try that practice. And then you can come back to this video and finish watching it. Actually, I'll make a new video. And I also did give it a nice, easy bit.ly on your coursework, so you can just type it in too if you'd want to do that one.